What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and today's project, the Holden Efijy with a V8 supercharged engine. This thing is going to be insane. We're going to try and make this one look as cool as we can today. There isn't too many shopping options. For some reason, there are two left fenders, but only the one right fender. This is something I'll figure out later on. Not much to do on it. You've got a few different left fenders and stuff like that at the back. Different bonnet options, different bumper options. We'll play around with that one later. As regards for this supercharged engine, though, this is obviously going to get performance parts thrown all over it. This car is going to be as fast as we can possibly make it. On slicks, wide tyres. This is going to stick to the track. Let's get it over to the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. Here we are at the car wash. Right-hand drive, Australian car. Let's get it cleaned up. I like the colour that's on it now, this sort of bluey green. It's a nice colour. And to be fair, nothing looks overly bad. Obviously, I know we're missing the trunk or the boot. But let's get the interior cleaned. Let's get it back on the lift. Then we can get that engine ripped out. No foam on the interior clean. Bit dodgy on that one, but, you know, it seems to have worked. Anyway, let's get that engine out. Let's have a look then. No oil pan, so we can go straight in to trying to get this getting this gearbox out. Off you come. And then off with the gearbox. Nice and simple on this one. And then we can just get the engine ripped straight out. Probably do need to take off this, though. Nice. Let's get the car back on the ground. I'll grab the lift and we'll get that engine ripped out. Moment of truth. Did we do it all right? Let's have a go. There we go. Out you come. Nice and simple. Let's get that crane put away. And let's get this body stripped down. As I said, there isn't a great deal going on with this one, apart from floating headlights. Quite impressive. So I'm going to get this one stripped, and then we'll get the suspension stripped next. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, I'll get this one stripped off. I'll see you guys in a minute. Now, that is how you strip a car. Absolutely nothing on this. I love this Holden Efijy. Concept car made in Australia in 2005. Costing $1.2 million to make, so quite a pricey one. Let's go. I said I was going to do the suspension next, but let's get everything out of this floating engine bay now. Not too much going on in here. I can't see anything with liquids in, so let's just get it all stripped down. Let's have a look. Not really too great deal going on, actually, so I'm just going to strip this, and then we will get the suspension done next. That's what we'll move into. 2 fuse boxes, so a lot of little bits to strip on this one. Now let's get in underneath and check out this suspension and get it cleared. Now there's a few bits missing from this right-hand side here. Obviously we can see that we're missing the upper suspension arm and the actual shock absorber itself. So we know it's a double wishbone with suspension. Is there some steering racks going through the middle or anything like that? Doesn't look like it, oddly enough. Bit bizarre on that one, but let's get off this rear wheel and have a look what we got going on at the back here. Yes, this is the one with all of the rubber bushings, everything in there. Quite a lot going on, but does look great when it's painted. So I'm going to crack on, get all of this stripped, and then we'll move on to that engine, which did look pretty complete, if I'm being honest. So I'll see you guys at the engine stand in a little while. Nothing left but the frame rails. That is a beautifully stripped car. Makes it so easy to work on. Just got to get the frame sorted out, which is just that with the welder. But first, let's get this engine stripped down and let's have a look what we've got going on here. Not looking in the greatest shape, looking very sorry for itself. Gonna have to figure out all of these pulleys and everything like that. Nice and easy though, down from the belts to the police straight away. So I'm gonna start getting this stripped. We've all seen the supercharged engine before. I don't need to come back and show any of you this. Well, I don't think I do. If you do want to see a full strip down of a supercharged V8, let me know in the comments. And I'll make a separate video with a complete strip down of it. But yeah, so I'm going to get on and get this stripped. And obviously, I will show you the rest of this later when it's all painted up. But for now, next up, we get that frame sorted. We get all the body panels back on. And then a new coat of paint for the lovely Holden Efijy. Okay, we have everything stripped off the Holden Efijy. Let's get this tiny, tiny frame sorted out. Literally just that piece there. How much is the welding going to cost on that? £1,000 for that tiny bit of metal. Shocking. Love the welding effect, though. Absolutely everywhere. A bit over the top. Nice. Let's get the welder put away. And now this is going to be a bit of an exciting one to put back together because it's a bit weird. So there's that piece and then the front end. And that's the two hardest parts, I believe. I realised why there's two front left fenders, because there is one with this that connects to the throttle and one without. Obviously, we're going to go for the one with because it looks cool with the throttle. But yeah, I'm going to get the rest of this body all back together. I'll meet you back here before we head over to the paint shop. While we're doing this, though, what colour would you paint this? Beautiful, beautiful modern retro car. What colour would you do it if you were doing it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to get this body finished, and then we'll head over to the paint shop and see what colour I pick. There she is then. All body panels are back on. I changed the hood for this vented hood, which has got a bit of a lift at the front there as well. I changed the doors. The reason I changed these doors, there's two door options. One is with a like creamy tan interior. The other is with a black interior, same as with the internal pieces there. This piece here, the front end, can either be in a black or a tan. And obviously these are the seats I went for. Bit of a cruising car, but looking pretty sweet. I'll get this door back on. Let's head over to the paint shop and let's get it painted. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one turns out. Here we are then. I finally finished painting the Holden Efijy. I went for this absolutely gorgeous matte green, looking really nice. With some matte white. I did change the bumper. Obviously, I changed this one from the chrome one to the paintable one and went for a matte white, along with changing this as well from the chrome one to a paintable one with a matte white. I do kind of wish you could change some of the other chroming details on here to a white as well. For example, the exhaust, maybe even get that bit on the hood there, on the trunk there. That would be nice. And maybe the window frames would be cool for future stuff. But this is looking absolutely great. This is definitely going to have white wheels on it. Or white rims on it, should I say. Well, I'm confident at the moment it's going to have white rims on it. We'll see later on. In the engine bay, looking beautiful. The head covers there are going to be in white. Obviously, the supercharger I don't think can be painted. That would just be in the chrome leading into that. So that will match up with that, looking really nice. And that's all you can really see in this engine bay. So I'm probably not going to paint the rest. I might just black it out just because I always paint everything. In regards to the suspension, I don't know. I'm probably going to throw some whites and greens on there mostly. Maybe I'll chrome out the main pieces. I don't know what I'm going to do with the brakes because white does not go on the brakes. I didn't think of that. Try the green. But we'll have a look. We'll see where we get to in a little while because up next it will be the suspension. I've got a bit of painting to do, so I'll meet you back there in a little while. Let's get this suspension back together. First off, let's have a look at the shocks. I've gone for a green and white. Hopefully it matches the car. I think it looks pretty good on there. But there is only one way to find out. Let's get it on the car, along with all the other parts that we got going on here. It's a bit bizarre, this front end, so let's just take our time and get it together. Because of the things that are coloured on here. Obviously, we don't have the front central crossmember. There is no steering rack. So I don't really know what's going to go on with this front end. But we've gone for white on these bits up here, on the upper arms and on the lower arms. And then we've gone some green on the brake calipers. Obviously, you've seen the shocks already. So I think it's looking pretty good. I think we can't really tell too much from what's going on here. So I think we need to get a bit more back together and then see it all when it is fully completed. Because, well, that front crossmember really takes away from it. So let's get this brake pad on. Brake caliper on is the one I'm going for. See how that green looks. That's not bad. It's a bit of a lighter colour than the rest of that. That's a bit darker, a bit deeper, but it's not far off. So we're going to leave it with that. Quite happy with that. We're going to get the rest of this put together, and I'll meet you at the back in a few moments. Here we are then. The rear suspension sub crossmember. That seemed a lot too many words. In that matte green and looking great there. Let's get the rear axle on and let's start getting some of this together because a lot of this is painted. A lot of this now is in white because I've tried to sort of go opposite on the colours. So we do have the springs to go on here. The spring cap is green and then the spring is white on top of that. So let's just get a few of these bits on and let's see how they all look, all coloured. Hopefully comes out really well. We will see. Green shock absorbers. Sorry, my cold is still preventing me from saying certain words well. Let's get on. Nearly finished down here. This is looking good. I like this. This white underarm here, or this underarm will be white. On you go. And then just a green brake caliper to go on there. That's looking pretty nice. Let's get this one on. Then I'm going to get the rest of it finished. And then we'll get the engine bay sorted out next. But let's at least get to this brake caliper and see how good it looks in the green. This is looking pretty tasty. I am quite happy with this. Got to get that drive axle on. So I'll get that on now. I'll get the rest of this back end finished, and then we'll move on to that engine bay. I'll see you there in a minute. Here we are then, finished all the suspension, looking fantastic in this green and white. I am very happy with how it turned out. It is looking absolutely fantastic. I didn't know if it was going to be over the top or not with the green Crossmember, but it seems all right. I would have done a green Crossmember at the front if it had one, but we're not here for that now. We are here to get this engine bay sorted out. Hopefully I've got everything, so I'm just going to start throwing it all in and hoping it's all there. We have got a little bit of colour on the fuse box and the air filter as normal. So let's get to there and see how we're going. He says, so the fuse box in the white and then the air filter in the white. Obviously, I don't even know if you can see these from here. This fuse box also is in white because it does have multiples. We will find out if you can see them in a minute. I'm going to get the rest of this finished now because I've got to fill up the fuse boxes, all the little intricate little details and the clips on the fan base. So I'm going to crack on and get all of that done, and I'll meet you guys at the engine stand when we're ready to build that wonderful, wonderful V8 engine. I'll see you in a minute. Finished all the engine bay. As you can see, it was pointless painting any of it because you can't see it. If you stand from the side, you can just about see it. When the engine's in, you won't be able to. So it definitely wasn't any point painting that, but never mind. Still looking fantastic. Let's get on and let's get this engine together. I'm looking forward to this. Now, the base of this is in a chromed black, as you can see there. Looking really nice. I have thrown some green and some white accents on there, but we have to get towards the end to see them. See, that's in green. So I'm going to crack on and get most of this built up until we get to the top end. The only part of this engine you're going to be able to see through the engine bay. So I'm going to get there. I'll see you guys in a little while. Here we are then, very nearly finished with this engine. It's got a lot of blacks in it, a bit of green here and there, some white. Show you the main white. Obviously the main white is on these lovely head covers. Now these stick up through the engine into the green body of the car in the engine bay. So with the white on them, they're probably just going to stand out quite a lot. I think they're going to look absolutely fantastic, in my opinion. I've also got a little bit of green in these as well, because there is a cover that goes over this that is in a green, sort of very similar to the fuel rail there. That is the finished engine. I think it's going to look great inside the car. As you can see, it is mostly just this chrome black going on here, just to get it painted, to get it covered. With some whites and greens on the top, just so that you'll be able to see them. So let's get it dropped into the Holden and see how good this one looks. I need to go get the engine crane because I forgot to bring it over once again. Let's get you open. Let's get it dropped in. And I'm hoping that this looks as good as I think it's going to look. Hopefully it will. Let's get the crane put away and let's have a look. Oh, that's looking pretty tasty. The covers aren't quite the greens I wanted them to be. Well, actually, that one in the light is. This one in the shadow is not so much. So it's looking all right. I'm quite happy with that. Next up, I'm going to get the rest of the underside done. We're going to get these wheels back on and the car will be outside, finished, ready for you guys to have a look at. I'll see you outside in just a little while. Here we are then, all finished with the Holden Efijy, looking absolutely amazing in this green with that beautiful engine in there that looks absolutely stunning. I'm so happy with how it turned out on the throttle feeds in to that tube. Built into the fender. Absolutely lovely job by Fulysic. This is the person who has modded this into the game. A wonderful job they've done. Go and get this one on the Steam Workshop. There will be a link in the description below. Go and get it. Go and have some fun. And then head over to my Instagram and show me what you've done. That's at the Virtual Mechanic. Look forward to seeing you there. Anyway, let's get back into this Holden Efijy. With the rims here, I've gone for the rim Bowen. They are the ones that come on it. All I did was tidy them up and buy the extra one I needed. The fronts are a 20-inch with a 255 width and a 35 profile. And the rears are a 22-inch with a 285 width and a 30 profile. They are just the standard ones that come on it. If you do want to know them sizes, they are just there for you to see. Looking absolutely fantastic, though. As I said, a beautiful job. Really love how this one's turned out. But let's jump in and see what this one sounds like. I do love this interior with the darks. You've got chromes on the inside, some of the green in here as well. Looking fantastic. Let's get her started up. My favourite spaceship type of noise. Let's give it some acceleration. That is sounding very, very mean in the effigy. Let's get it on the dyno and see what horsepower it's got. 703 starting horsepower for the Holden Efijy with a V8 double overhead cam, supercharged engine. We've thrown performance parts in it today. How much power have we squeezed out of this one? Let's have a look. An additional 656 horsepower, 94%, bringing our total up to 1,358 horsepower. That's very good. Let's get it on the track and see what its top speed is. Here we are then on the track with the Holden Efijy, over 1,300 horsepower. Very hard to keep straight, so let's go. A lot of concentration required for this one. Don't even have my controller out. Still on the keyboard for the minute, but we will see. That seems pretty straight. There's 300 kilometers an hour. Where are we going to end up with this Holden Efijy? Pulling a little bit to the right. We're over 400 kilometers an hour. Can we get to the end of the track? I'm going to have to adjust. There we go. 488 kilometers an hour, though. That is pretty insane from the Holden Efijy. So, 488 kilometers an hour does pit it 7th in our leaderboard, which is absolutely incredible. Top 10 car out of 57. Very happy with the Holden Efijy. Very happy with that engine in there. Looking absolutely fantastic. This car is stunning. It's a concept car by Holden, made in 2005. I wish they actually made loads of these, because this is a stunning, stunning car. Modern twist on a very classic design, and I really do love it. Very, very happy with this one. Now, you saw at the end of the last video, that I spent $53,235 on this Holden when I bought it. Today, I have spent $65,597 modifying it, pitting our total spend at $118,832, which is quite a lot of money. But how much can we sell this one for? Let's have a look. 210,000 kilometers on this one from new. Now with 1,358 horsepower out of that supercharged V8. How much can we sell it for? 158,949. That is a very good sale price. We take away our 118,000, where you can see that the correlation is very close there. It pits us a little over 40,000 for profit, which is amazing. Very happy with that. Very happy with how this car turned out. Think it looks absolutely stunning. Love that engine. Can't close the door. Love that engine in there. It does look absolutely fantastic. But it is time to sell this one, so it's time to say goodbye to the Holden Efijy. See you soon, my friend. I'm sure I'll do another one of you in the near future. But coming up next, we have the Pagani Huayra. Hydra? I don't even know how you say this. Huayra? Pagani Huayra. Something like that. 24,000 kilometers on it. Very low mileage. With a V12 engine that's currently putting out 721 horsepower. Absolutely incredible. This is the first of my Paganis, I believe. I haven't done any of these yet, I don't think. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this one. How amazing and incredible can we make this today? Let's have a look. So we bought it from the auction. Did I get conned? No, I didn't. I got a very good price on that. Paid 90,000 for it, but could currently sell it for 99,000. Just under 9,000 profit already. That's good. I'm looking forward to this one. You'll have to tune in next time to see what we do with this. But thank you very much for watching today's video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back and see more in the future. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.